Henderson, one of the bright young stars in the game, but off to a very slow start. $189 for Gunnar with 7 home runs, though, and 15 driven in. So it's been a lot of slug. They play him to pull on the infield. Left-handed hitter, the pitch. Strike on the inside corner. The Red Sox need Bello to be better. To start this season, 12 walks against 13 strikeouts, a 6.75 ERA. In 18 2/3 innings. 0-1 to Gunnar. Bello out of the stretch, he throws. A swing and a high drive in a deep right field. Forget about it. You cannot start a game worse than that. An absolute mammoth blast. And it's 1-0 Orioles. That's the 4th home run that Bello has allowed. Just another middle mistake.
Yeah, cutter. Inner half, but middle. That's bat head drop, classic left-hand swing. You said it, Gunnar Henderson's not doing much offensively. That's the only thing he is doing, and he threw him probably the only pitch that he could do something with in that moment.
So here comes Taylor Ward, one of their big-time off-season acquisitions. Immediately behind the 8-ball, fastball high for ball 1. We're back where we were a couple of years ago with Bello, where it's imperative for him to stem the tide, limit the damage, not let things snowball. Here is pitch to Ward. It's grounded up the middle into center field, a base hit. You know, the Red Sox brought Rangers Suarez over. They acquired Sonny Gray to take some of the pressure off of Brayan Bello, to slot him down further in the rotation, and so far he just has not lived up to it.
Here's the reality of the situation. In every outing for just about every single pitcher, other than the nights where things are perfect, something bad's going to happen. And the question right here, right now, and it happens to be 2 batters into the game, is how do you respond when something bad happens?
It's always been a question for his career. Here's Adley Rutschman, who is back after an ankle injury, batting left against Bello. And he takes a pitch on the outside corner, 0-1. For the Red Sox, Contreras is at first, Meyer at second, Story at shortstop with Caleb Durbin at third. 0-1. Bello sets, he throws. Swing and a miss. Rutschman was trying to make it 3-0 right there. I mean, that was a fastball. He took a mighty rip, and it's 0-2.
Talked to Alex Cora today about Bello and confidence, right? When does he have confidence, when does he not? And he said when he's throwing strikes, kind of regardless of result, he's a confident guy. When he's throwing balls, that's where it starts to kind of turn for him. Well, you give up the home run, it is what it is, but he comes back with 2 very good sinkers in the zone against Rutschman.
And that has to be his bread and butter. 0-2. 1 on, a run in, and a pitch misses outside here. That's the fastball at 95. The 4-seamer, it's kind of where he wants to throw that. It was an 0-1 pitch to Henderson that was mauled out to right field. Bello's added a curveball. He still goes with a cutter, an occasional slider. That 2-seam pitch has got to be his main weapon. The 1-2 is a little low. Change up, 89 miles an hour. That is too hard for him to throw that pitch. And it's 2-2.
Jackson Holiday on September 3rd, 2025 at San Diego. Again, first leadoff homer by Orioles.
Reading the Magna Carta here in the press box. The 2-2 is drilled high into right field. Abreu back on the warning track. He's at the wall. He can't get it. It's another home run. 2-run blast for Rutschman, and it's 3-0 Orioles. Nightmare. Just not good enough from Bello.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, it's just unbelievable. First few pitches were good. That's a sinker, and it's flat, and it's into the bad path, and it's up, and it's way gone.
I mean, it was 0-1 to Henderson. Now the infield is going to join Bello on the mound. It was 0-2 there to Adley Rutschman, and then count got leveled, and he launches. And here now, sort of insult to injury, comes Pete Alonso.
I think the thing that's big picture scary for Bello is he's throwing strikes. You know, the issue with the outing 6 days ago is he was behind constantly. his outings early in the year, he was just behind a ton. He's thrown plenty of strikes in this inning, but the stuff in the zone is not playing, especially against left-handed hitters.
Second home run, 2-2.
Well, and again, here's the polar bear, Pete Alonso, who swings and fouls a pitch off. He's hit 3 homers, driven in 10, beaten up a little bit for the Orioles. As we said last night, 3 runs against this Red Sox offense feels like a mountain to climb. 0-1 to Alonso. Here's the pitch, and a strike on the outside corner. Honestly, after every big hit, it's like literally we're reading the Declaration of Independence.
Are you talking to me? I can't hear you well.
We need that to go way down. Here's an 0-2 pitch coming to Alonso. And it is popped up in a shallow right field. Abreu coming on. And he will get there. And finally, there's one down in the first inning.
I like the sequence there. That's an intelligent job by Carlos Narvaez. Like, the walls are closing in. This place is packed. I mean, it's loud on Brayan Bello after you give up 2 home runs, and you just change the sequence, right? Off speed, couple of sweepers, get Alonso out in front, and find the field for something that isn't a sinker right now because he hasn't thrown that in spots where you can avoid barrels.
Here's Dylan Beaver's left-handed hitter. Pitch drilled high and deep. Forget about it. You got to be kidding me. 3rd home run of the inning, and it's 4-0 Orioles. They are teeing off on Brayan Bello.
Fastball, top of the zone, get me over at 95. You sit here and you're like, is he tipping, or is the stuff not good enough right now? And it feels like the second one.
I mean, he's been good in his career against the Orioles, but this is an absolute ambush. Here now, Samuel Basallo, left-hander, against Bello, swings and misses at a fastball, and it's 0-1.
They've gone 410, 395, and 411.
0-1. Bello out of the stretch. They play him on the infield to pull. Pitch. Here's a ground ball off the first base bag. How unlucky is that? Over Contreras' head into right. Abreu picks it up, throws to second, and he's out at the bag. No, they say that Basallo avoided the tag. I don't think he did. Trevor Story wants to challenge there. I thought he had him on the back by plenty. Red Sox checking with the video room. Ramon Vasquez on with Mike Brenly, and they will not look. Wow, man.
The throw was good. Story's tagged towards the backside of Basallo, who, again, doesn't run very fast. He's a huge guy. Abreu made a really good throw, and then the second part of this play is whether Basallo slides off the bag. He does, and then he gets back on. Story, I think, had the glove on him for every moment he was on the bag, and then took it off for the one moment he wasn't.
So now Andrew Bailey out to the mound with some stern words for Brayan Bello. It is time for that.
15 pitches, all of this. 15 pitches.
I mean, that's not a mechanical thing. That's not pitch selection. That's nothing other than, dude, we got to figure it out right now. It's 4-0 Orioles. Still only 1 out in the bottom of the first. I think they might ride Bello for a long, long time tonight, no matter the results. They need him to get into this game.
Pitch is swung on, drilled in the air, deep to right, back to the wall. It's gone. 4th home run Bello's given up. 4th to a left-hand hitter. Does not yet have a clean inning, and it feels like it. 6-1 Orioles.
This is not something I thought I would ever say in the last couple of years. It might be time for a complete reset for Brayan Bello. This just is not good enough.
4th home run of the season for Basallo.
3-2, and the pitch is not in the zone. Inside ball 4. And then this is where the train gets really concerning as Alex Cora comes out of the dugout. Wow. There's no one warming. He's not going to the bullpen. Alex Cora is going out to talk with his pitcher.
Let's watch this. I mean, this is going to be, bro, It's time to grow up right here and right now. He's got his mouth covered. And this is the guy that Alex has pinpointed on this roster that's, the guy he's going to give tough love to. And it is needed right now. And I think the message basically is, as you watch the faces of Caleb Durbin, Trevor Story, Marcelo Meyer, buddy, gut check time right now. Grow up. This is a huge spot. You got to find a way.
You can see the whites of Alex Cora's eyes as he had that conversation.
The looks on the faces of all the infielders, too.
Yeah.
That was not your regular Alex Cora visit.
Marcelo Meyer was standing on the back of the mound, completely stony-faced. He looked like he was watching the kid get yelled at in school. And Alex Cora, after Bello gave up a home run and walked a guy, Alex Cora, not the pitching coach, Andrew Bailey, the manager, came out of the dugout and talked to Bello. Not to make a pitching change, as the 0-1 is swung on and one hop through the left side. That's a hit for Ward. He's got 3 singles. None of them hit particularly hard. They've just been to the right spots. And he's on with 1 away in the 4th inning. But Cora came out. He had what was clearly an intentional and intense conversation with Bello on the mound, with the rest of the infielders all drawn in around him.
Yeah.
And
shot across the bow, really.
Yeah. And a message, yes, to him, but a message that was, clear to the world. 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball. Deep to right. Back to the wall. Gone. Five home runs off Brayan Bello. That's a 2-run shot. It's 8-1 Baltimore. And we're in the 4th inning. Second home run for Adley Rutschman. They've hit a homer in every single inning. Now Pete Alonso. He takes outside. I think the thing is you try to make sense of this from the perspective of those who coach and work with Bello every day. 1-0. Swinging a foul tip into the mid. 1-1 is he's getting beat in a way that isn't his strengths. Right? This is someone who has been, when he has been at his best, has kept the ball on the ground. A 1-1 low, 2-1, and if he's getting beat with hard ground balls and the occasional line drive, like he did last year when it was tough, you can live with that. This is not that.
No. He's not. And look at him on the mound, too. He's beside himself. I mean, again, this is like a throwback to 2 years ago where it's just a meltdown.
2-1. Swing, line drive, left field, base hit. Pete Alonso.
And now, I said they're going to ride Bello for a while. I don't know. This is now in a spot Alex Cora's got his arms crossed in the dugout. You need as many pitches from him as you can get for whatever that's worth. But at some point, he is just over the barrel right now.
Yeah, this is what it is. And how we look at this outing has already happened. Giovanni Moran is throwing in the Red Sox bullpen for the first time. Lefties up as Bello delivers a strike to Dylan Beavers.
Well, how important it is for the Orioles to have Adley Rutschman back. When he came up out of Oregon State, it looked like he was going to be like a perennial MVP-type player. 2 two-run homers in one game.
0-1, swinging a ground ball right side. That's through past Meyer into right field. Alonso to second. Yeah, I think so. Beavers single. 4 straight hits off of Brayan Bello. And here comes Alex Cora. They were going to ride Bello for as long as they could, and this was as long as they could. Yeah. 1 out into the 4th inning, 85 pitches in.
You don't want to inflict long-term scar tissue. There's no way to sugarcoat it. He was awful tonight. Awful.
Get taps from behind from Trevor Story and Wilson Contreras. Brayan Bello's night is over. It was over, it feels like a long time ago. He came into the Red Sox dugout. He took his hat off. He spiked it onto the bench, I think along with his glove, picked it up off the ground, and then spiked it again. He gives up 8 runs on 13 hits, and the Red Sox will trail 8-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning.
There's not much more you can say. I mean, it's all out there for everybody to see. And he thought yesterday against the Yankees was probably kind of a new low. Not so. That was such a step back from Bello.